Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining. If you have any audio or video issues, there should be a way for you to message me, and I'll see if I can help you out. As well, just to let you know who I am, my name is Shane Hutton, and I am with Tasty Ad, and we thought we'd put together a little webinar for you. We're going to cover some topics that might be of interest to you. So we're going to look at some ideas for creative now that everyone's kind of getting back to work. Some things we can be running and some ideas we can use to kind of help our advertisers out. We've also got Allison HOLTZ with Camel City. She's going to share some hot summer co-op sales ideas with us. And we'll also look at the fall out-of-home outlook. And we've got Chris Kalbeck from IBOUSA. He'll be speaking with us as well. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Watchfire Signs, Marty Williamson of Williamson and Associates, Horizon Structures, Camel City Posters, and Reliable Electric Products. So I've got some sample ideas here of some post-COVID creative ideas, some things that are geared towards getting America back to business and advertising and success. So these are just a few ideas for you. Obviously, a lot of restaurants are beginning to open their dining rooms, which is in our small town here. This is an actual billboard ad that we ran here. They're called El Tapatio, one of the most popular restaurants, local restaurants in our town. And just last week, they opened their dining room. So this billboard is actually on the side of their building there. So everybody was excited that they had their dining room back open. So restaurants are going to need to advertise that their dining rooms are open again. What better way than billboards? So not only restaurants, but you've got a lot of other companies and facilities that are going to be reopening. Churches are a big one. And these are some ads that Roland Digital Media has shared with us. So we've got bowling alleys, some movie theaters, I think, are all probably still on hold, but some smaller venues like bowling alleys are starting to open back up. We've got barbers and salons are starting to let people back in. And then even just your different companies like home improvement and whatnot. So what better way to reach the public and tell them that you're open again by a big flashy billboard? Well, this is a series of out-of-home ads from Clear Channel. I found these on LinkedIn. I thought they were a great idea, kind of along the same lines of, open for business, but this is an ad campaign they did for several businesses. You can see Carl's Jr. or Hardee's, as it is here in Tennessee, Eric's and Saltgrass, which is looks like a steakhouse. But the cool thing is you've got the hashtag open for business, but they also put the city in the background. So you've got Los Angeles there, El Paso. I just thought that was a pretty clever way to do it, but some great ads nonetheless from Clear Channel. This isn't necessarily a billboard ad, but our local news channel 5, they send out a newsletter, and I saw this and I just thought it was kind of cool because we're in the South. So Lamar actually did a big one-day sale to relaunch businesses that are opening. And again, this I found on LinkedIn. I don't know if this was a nationwide thing Lamar was doing or just a local branch, but pretty cool idea, offering 50% off to local businesses, just kind of a one-day sale. I'm sure they had some terms and restrictions there as far as how long they had to run. I'm guessing a lot of this is probably digital billboard ads, but a great idea nonetheless for anyone that wants to help sell ad space to their local, now reopening businesses. So another idea is with a lot of businesses starting to open back, they're probably going to be short-staffed. So if you can offer to run help wanted or now hiring ads for businesses that are going to be opening back up soon, you could do a special as well, kind of like Lamar did, maybe tie that together. But it's a good way to let the public know there's some jobs open, and selling short runs like this is a great way to build relationships between billboard companies and advertisers that can turn into longer relationships as well. So now I'm going to welcome Allison HOLTZ, and just a little background about Allison. I would call her the queen of co-op. So she sends out a newsletter every week, and in it are all kinds of co-op related billboard advertisers. We get a lot of information out of it from our billboard company as well. So if you're not signed up for that, it might be something you're interested in. So let me get her on the line here. Allison, hey.
Hello.
Let me get you on speaker here.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. Just speak as loud as you can, and then hopefully. Now, do you have your? You might want to turn your. If you're listening to the webinar, turn that volume down on your computer.
But now we don't hear anything.
That's okay. That's okay. So we've got your presentation pulled up here, and feel free to take over whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me today. Good morning, everybody. And thank you for the kind introduction of, the world of co-op. I'm sure most of you are, pretty aware of co-op that you have available. And then some of you may not, with different vendors. So at Camel City, we like to, send ideas out weekly, where we can highlight specific categories, specific industries, and offer, different co-op plans that we found through manufacturers, as well as highlight creative. So that's essentially what this few-minute presentation will be, just a little bit about co-op advertising, and hopefully give you a little bit of information you might not already have. This is something that if you work with us on any of your billboard printing or any printing of that nature, that's large format, I would love to include you as part of this. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have billboards or banners or brush printing or things like that that you need. So that being said, we can go to the next slide.
Okay.
So basically, manufacturers offer co-op plans to help create advertising programs. And I know that over the years that's changed here and there, where sometimes it can go back into product that you might, somebody might need at their business. Sometimes it goes into advertising, but most of the time, if somebody's not asking, they're not necessarily offering the information. So you can see that about 48% of this money goes unused each year. So we'd like to help. Go ahead, next slide. So this is an idea of, automotive and automotive aftermarket. These brands you can see Goodyear and Firestone and AC Delco. These are pretty typical that they have co-op available, and sometimes it's a matter of highlighting their name on there. They might have specific requirements of how big their logo is, placement. For example, maybe they want a tire on there, that kind of thing. But that's usually all included within the plan with VAST. Excellent. This is an example of different power equipment dealers, which obviously, now that the weather is beautiful, a lot of this is going on with Foro and Honda and Snapper and John Deere. The thing about these plans is we're able to access this information well in advance. So it's not like it's June and you're looking at this information that we could have been looking at in January. We can look back or look ahead as to what's coming up so that you're prepared for these different grants. Next slide. Home improvement, another awesome category, very timely, obviously, with Ace Hardware, Scott's, Solar, Stainmaster. I mean, you can get a good idea. Benjamin Moore Paints. I've seen quite a few of those billboards, as well as Train around different markets. And with Ace Hardware in particular, sometimes those are what I found in my experience is locally owned stores that just maybe don't have the time to look into what they could do to maybe have a billboard that might serve as more of even a directional for them, or if a particular Ace dealer owns multiple locations around town, now you can have quite a large campaign going. Next, please. Appliances, another great one, very timely, with KitchenAid and Whirlpool and Wilson, Genair, certainly when you're in the market for an appliance, it's good to see this kind of thing, but as well as anyone, appliances can die at any point in time, and it's good to have these things kind of in your face, so it's a good conversation to have with local real estate dealers, that carry these products. And they get a cool, per appliance. Next, please. Motorsports, big one, and this is a good one for year-round because you can have everything from, jet skiing to snowmobiles to quads and all of that. So it's a very, very, very timely thing and very consistent with your motorsports dealers that they would have these monies available to them throughout the year. And you might find that a particular dealer might have Kawasaki available for quads, let's say, but then Polaris might be bigger during snowmobile season or something like that, and you're able to use more quads and keep the name of that business out there pretty consistently. Next slide, please. So essentially, it's advertising money that retailers earn based on purchases from a given manufacturer. So the more you sell of a certain product, the more money that you accrue. And you can see right here it says rates can vary from 50% all the way up to 100%, and you'd be surprised how often there's 100% reimbursement out there. And we're finding a lot of co-op brands right now are increasing some of their dollars specifically because of what's been going on over the last couple of months and people being more out in the market and more potentially available for purchases. So it's a good time to look into these things. Next. Seasonal, vary by industry. We kind of already spoke about this a little bit. You can see that funds for any given year need to be used or else they're lost. So again, good to have those kind of conversations with your clients so that they know what they have, and you can almost plan out a co-op calendar of sorts with clients that you're going after, and those kinds of things to help them understand when money might be available. Next, please. So more than anything, the why, because it can help you increase your sales. I mean, it's helping you find clients that may not realize that they have available monies to use and are able to put together a campaign that's either bigger and better than what they're already doing, or highlight a different product that somebody didn't even know what they had. So it can lead to new customers all the way around. You can see here from a traditional approach, sales calls and needs analysis, presenting a solution and getting feedback. You know, like anything else, giving ideas helps make sales, and giving solutions, and this might be just another way to continue to highlight that. Same thing. You know, cold calling, observing, inquiring, and offering help. I mean, anytime we can be an asset to somebody, which is where, you know, certainly I come in if there is a specific industry or client or you name it that you'd like us to try to do some research in, I'd be more than happy to do that. If it's something like you would potentially be printing through us for your client, I would love to be able to do this research for you. Here are some common objections. Most of the time it's specifically that somebody doesn't understand what their plan is or truly just doesn't have the time to spend learning, which is where we can be more of an asset right now because we can do some of that homework for your clients so that you can say, hey, did you know that you have this available? And it might open some doors that you weren't able to get into before. So this shows again, you know, accrual, the percentage of money that dealers earn toward advertising with every dollar spent, reimbursement, and how that works with the advertise, you know, the percentage of contribution the advertiser makes. Art requirements, you know, that's an easy one for us to follow if we're helping with that, or if Shane and Tasty Ads are helping you with that. They have different requirements, but most of the time it's just logo size, placement, or specifics of product that they want on there. Next slide, please. Claim requirements, you always need to have a proof of performance photo, copy of the creative, copy of the paid invoice, that kind of a thing, and then just understanding the claim period. And this might seem like a daunting process, but it's really not. Once you get through one or two of these, it becomes a pretty seamless kind of thing, and the dealers get more and more open to helping you with this information. This is an idea of some of the things that we can show you, you know, from Wrangler wear, Western wear, men's apparel. It kind of shows you a manufacturing contact. You know, if we can provide addresses, and then it talks about accrual, and sometimes, and if you can see at the bottom, accrual info, it's the period that it's available. This one is an annual type of accrual, but sometimes it might be 3 or 6 month period, so you just have to make sure you're looking at that information as well. Here are just a couple more examples as we start to wrap up. This is Jack's Campers, so you can see Jayco is the co-op, and you know, that's their specific logo, and then the dealer is able to put on whatever information that they want on there, and then they get their reimbursement. These are a couple of great examples, especially a lot of these places have art already, and you can just tag it with your information, but this gives you an idea of American Standard and some of their creative that's been done. Kubota and Mahindra, those are two that we see year after year after year that have lots of co-op available, and really nice designs. New Holland as well, that's another one from a agriculture kind of perspective in construction equipment on that bottom design. It's just, there's some different ideas out there that just need to be explored. Finally, if you can just let people know that, you know, this is a free service, having co-op, you can help them identify their sources of co-op. You can help them attain their accrual dollars so they know how much they need to spend, finding the ad materials that you need to run the co-op ads, and, you know, paperwork. It's, you know, and gathering proof of performance is kind of the last part of it. So really, again, anything that I can do at Camel City to help you We would love to do that, and I'm just excited to be able to partner. So I hope everybody found this a little bit helpful today.
Thank you, Allison.
You bet. Thank you.
Appreciate Allison for her input there. So now let's look at the fall out of home outlook. And I know most industries took a bit of a hit during the pandemic. I say that in air quotes, and the out of home industry was no different in that. However, I believe that we're on the upswing now, and slowly but surely we're getting back to where we were as an industry before this. So let's take a look at some of the data here. This is some information that was put together by GeoPath, and what we did, we basically compiled all of their individual data sets from 100 individual major US cities. So you can see that the miles traveled, obviously from March to April, took a huge hit, basically cut in half, if not more. But since April 1st, to May 22nd, which is as far as their graphs went, you can see that there's a very steady climb in the amount of traffic out there. So some of the projections, if you can see on the estimated growth rate, we could be back to standard traffic numbers by mid-fall, maybe even sooner. The reopening rate, and this was updated as of June 5th, 88% of the United States reopened, 98% regionally or reopen altogether. So we're getting there. The unemployment rate, obviously way up in April, but from April to May, down 1.4%. So I think that's something we're going to see to continue to fall as we recover from this and work our way into summer and fall. Now we've got a little video from Chris Colbeck of IBOUSA. And give me just a minute here and I'll get it turned on for you.
Good morning. My name is Chris Colbeck. I am the General Manager for the IBOUSA of the Independent Billboard Operators. Many of you are familiar with IBOUSA, and for those that are not, we're a group of independent billboard operators across the United States that started about 18 years ago in an effort to figure out how to compete, pooling together our resources and understanding of how we can go out and help all the operators do better at running plants. Some of the things that we do are help coordinate different services that are coming about. For instance, we have a health insurance program that we were able to set up. We have a number of other workflow-related solutions that help people pool together their inventory, run their plants better, and most importantly, be able to cooperate with our effort to try to eliminate the request for proposal, RFP nightmare that we all go through and don't really get all that much out of. We've created a one-stop shop for ad agencies, and with our the number of companies that are belonging to us now at over 210 and nearly 85,000 faces in our footprint, we are striving to try to connect as many as we can to be able to get them out in front of the different buyers that we're becoming in contact with. One of the exciting services that we are bringing to the table is a very complex area, technically oriented, and it hasn't traditionally been involved with our out-of-home area, but it involves with mobile that we're all familiar with, digital online sales. That would be for your desktop, for your laptops, for your tablets, for your mobile phones. And IBO has put together a wonderful platform with a technology company out of the Silicon Valley out in California. And we had just announced that a couple of weeks ago, and we're just now ramping up and starting the people on with training on how to actually use that mobile technology that is one of the biggest drivers to online work. Statistics are showing and evidence is showing that the last best thing to help that push onto the digital online screen are out-of-home billboards. And for that, we're excited to have something that the operators can use. It's a very simple platform that folks can enhance their selling and bring better value to the advertisers in their local markets. To simplify things a little further, we also have some cloud technology that allows us to take no matter what workflow that you're working with and pool them all together in such a fashion that availability and pricing is updated for us, and that makes things easy for the operators no matter what type of workflow that you're using in their offices to make them efficient. We're excited to have called this our IBO green light to the speedway that we have. The speedway is the name that we've given to the cloud technology that allows all these things to come together. If you would like to learn more about how to join the group, it's very affordable to join us. Our IBO Market Club is a mere $140 a year for a company, with no matter how many people that you have on board to participate. And over time, we have a couple of conferences a year that are different parts of the country, and we will invite you to those different ones. I think the next one we're having is in Minneapolis in the fall, second week of October, I believe. If you have any questions on that, please give us a call at the office, 580-226-2234, or email us at support@ibousa.org. If you'd like to email me personally, it's Chris, C-H-R-I-S, @ibousa.org. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the webinar.
We appreciate that video from Chris. They do some great things out there. We've been to several of the events they have all over the United States. You know, a couple hundred of billboard related people and out-of-home people getting together and sharing ideas, and it's a great thing they do. So this concludes our webinar. Don't forget that we're going to be giving away a mini digital billboard, and we're going to announce the winner on June 12th. We'll let you know by email, and I'm sure we'll do some social media posts about it as well. And thanks again to our sponsors, Watchfire and Williamson and Associates, Horizon Structures, Camel City, and Reliable Electric Products. And before I let you go, just give you a little more background about Tasty Ad. So we are an out-of-home artwork and news and billboard stuff company. We kind of do a lot of different things. We do custom billboard ad design, and we also have some software that allows you to be able to design your own billboard ads quickly and easily. Very affordable. You can request a demo on our website, tastyad.com. I'd also like to mention billboardstuff.com, where you can buy the mini digital billboards or the standard poster and bulletin static billboard frames that you sit on your desk. We've also got shirts and hats and coffee mugs and billboard sales books and all kinds of cool stuff like that for the out-of-home industry. So I hope you've enjoyed this webinar. Feel free to post a comment if you have any, and we'll also have this on our YouTube channel as well, so you can watch it again and share it later. Thank you very much.